Hello, I'm Chris Williams. I'm from Read Comics, They're Bad For You. Today we're going to be reviewing The Silencer, a DC Universe comic book, but sadly this apparently is the final issue of The Silencer. I've heard about this issue before and I had no real interest in it, but I decided to check out this issue because it's the last one. Now, the cover is it shows the main villain, well, apparently Talia al Ghul from the Batman series is the main villain, really. But it shows this evil sister of the main character, the Silencer. You can see her on the floor. Apparently she's been killed by her sister, who's crazy and insane and wants her family. The cover was by Tyler Kirkham and Arif Parento. More names I can't really pronounce. Mainly because the first page is not really one just cover page. It's just a bunch of ordinary comic pages. We see this android or cyborg head telling the Silencer about how her evil sister is going after her family. The Silencer is moving out, and she thinks she's got there before her sister got there, and she's confronting her husband, who's freaking out. Her husband doesn't know who this is, but apparently his wife has become a superpowered assassin for the organization that Talia al Ghul runs, the League of Assassins. Well, apparently it has something to do with Talia al Ghul, but I'm not so sure this is the League of Assassins, but it probably is. Even though her outfit looks nothing like any of the League of Assassins Guild's outfits. Here we see her husband freaking out, and he's really just so much of a cuck. He's acting more like a woman, and she's acting like a man, and it's just bad. I get doing that stuff with the gender pronouns and all that. If not for the action in this issue, I would say this was just a bad comic book. The artwork here by V. Ken Marion is good. The writer, Dan Abnett, he did a competent job, but the way the husband acts, the way he reacts to things, and the way this woman just acts like a man, it's just so bad. Now, he's getting freaked out because she has the power to make complete and utter silence. Great. Now, she uses this power so she can sneak around, and she's going to check out the house and see about also protecting her son and making sure he is safe. But lo and behold, what happens next? Next, her sister, Smoke, is here. She has the ability to teleport, and she's got her sister's son in her arms. She starts dragging the boy downstairs, and she has a bunch of crayons in her hand. She knows about Silence's power and how her power somehow, affects her Smoke's own powers, causing her not to be able to use them. Apparently, she has a thing with too much sound or not enough sound as well, causes her Smoke to be unable to use her powers. And she writes a message with those crayons on the wall, telling Silence and her husband not to do anything. And the artwork of them going down the stairs is pretty good here. I really like it. It's very well composed. But even though this comic is good, I still find it kind of bad because it has a bunch of stuff in it that seems just a little out there and a little too SJW. Silence apparently is an assassin. She's rigged her house with a bunch of booby traps. She basically uses an alarm to knock her sister Smoke for a loop. She goes at her. As Smoke lets go of her son. I guess she doesn't feel much kinship with her sister because she didn't know about her till recently. So she's going to kill this woman. We see her bash her sister in the throat, well, rather the jaw, I guess. Can't really be too sure, because the part where she's hitting about is the throat, but it looks like she hit her jaw, so it looks like she's gushing blood from her lips. Because like that. We see the fight, and it is kind of entertaining. I'm really enjoying it. But, as I said before, she's going to end up killing her sister, and it just seems like they gave her a sister just to make it useless. Why does she have to be her sister if she's going to killing Smoke? We see Smoke saying, "Say hello to my gigantic friend," a callback to that movie from the 80s. And this is good artwork here. We see her unleash that machine gun and starts making zit, tat, 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 or rather a brap noises and stuff. And it's really entertaining here. I'm really enjoying it. As I said, the high point of this comic book is all the action here. And we see Silence and Smoke go at it. But as I said before, the cons for this issue are that everything here seems a little too SJW. The husband is such a cuckold that you really takes away from the fun of the issue. And we see the heroine is so tough, you know she's just basically being the man. It's amazing they even made Smoke a female. We see her get bashed out of the window. Silence grabs her machine gun while Smoke goes for one of her guns that had been knocked out onto the lawn. And now we come to the part where Silence kills her sister. Can't kill her very merciful either. Apparently, I don't know if this is to be cool or not. And I understand why Silence doesn't care, because she just met this woman recently. I mean, Silence is black, but Smoke doesn't look all that Caucasian. Well, sort of black. She's got sort of a finer features, so she's probably just a mix, maybe Middle Eastern or so. And she unleashes the gun on Smoke, and she shoots her sister down. But she doesn't stop there either. You'll see in a moment. She shoots at her sister's chest, knocking several bullets into it, and probably through her heart, which should have killed Smoke right then and there. And we see her making stuff. "Told you so, you wanted to kill me, sis." And her sister Silence only uses another booby trap in her yard with a snap of her finger, and a bunch of lasers just pop up out of everywhere. Yeah. This woman says she doesn't like working for the League of Assassins, but apparently she's done her homework and made her home a freaking death trap. And it's nothing really good here. We see her sister start screaming in agony as she's burned to death by lasers. And I hate this. Maybe it's because I haven't read too many issues of this or know the character too much, but that's still your sister. And I would say that I'm not enjoying this at all. It's just more bad writing from Dan Abnett. As I said before, this is the first issue I've checked out, so I can't really judge it too harshly. Later on, her husband is talking to two CIA agents, or FBI agents, really, I think, and they tell him about how his wife worked for an assassins guild, but she's now out of it, and he opens the door, and we find out that who's behind that door, but the Silence herself. Now he still doesn't know that she's actually the one who saved them last night. He just knows that she was an assassin. And they hug, and the issue ends. The entire series ends on this happy note. And I have to say, this comic was good for all the fighting in, and the artwork was good as well. But the writing by Dan Abnett is kind of putting me off. Mainly because everything in this, every time we see it, they're really trying to push up really tough women like this to the point where she might as well be a man. Look at that, her husband. He might as well be a woman, and they're all crying. And so I'm surprised anyone actually has any male genitals in this issue. Or rather, woman has male genitals. Everyone else probably has the puh. And I have to say, it is just bad. And I really wish this comic was better. But maybe it's because, as I said before, this is the first issue I've actually read of this series. And it doesn't really make me want to check out any other issue of this comic book as well. Now, if you like this review, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. If you're watching my videos but you're not subscribed, please subscribe to me. I want you to hit that bell so you get notifications for my next upcoming video. I also want you to hit that like button and leave some comments down below. And remember, keep checking back with me every day for more information on my own independent comic book, Scumdogs. That's it for today. I'll be back again tomorrow.